Welcome, everybody, to A Vacuous Vocation, where we discuss anarchism. Today, we are going to be discussing taxes and taxation. And the libertarian motto is taxation is theft. Why? Because it's wrong if one person takes your money. It's your property, you worked for it. They hold a gun up to you and they say, "Hey, give me your money." That's thievery. That's theft. That's a punishable offense. And even if a gang does it, if a group jumps you, they mob you, that's wrong. But when you scale that, the principle itself doesn't scale. If an institution, an entity robs you and they threaten you by coercion at gunpoint and they say, "Hey, give me your money or else something bad's going to happen to you. Maybe we'll throw you in a metal box." That is still theft. That is still thievery, and that is a punishable offense. But the justice does not go against a crime when it's committed by the state. The state apparatus is a gang of thieves. They're mobsters in suits with flags and national symbols. And they have this air of legitimacy only through inertia of the history of humanity, where for most of the centuries we've had by divine right the rulers and emperors known as kings and monarchs and oligarchs and aristocrats. But now we have the demagogues and bureaucrats who run amok. They don't even need to tax people anymore, really. When they own a Federal Reserve, a centralized institution of creating the money that we use in a society, what they inevitably have is the power to tax at night. Why does a thief steal at night? Because it goes unseen. But what happens when you print more money is it lowers the value of the individual monetary unit. So the value of the money, the purchasing power goes down. That's why it costs more dollars, more units of a monetary medium of exchange to pay for the same amount of goods. You can be a millionaire and still be poor in terms of wealth. What wealth is not the amount of money you have, it's the amount of goods you're able to purchase. And so what wealth is real goods exchanging for real goods. Money just plays as the intermediary of exchange. Money in itself is not a good, it's a service. It can be, looked at as a consumption good if you're a Scrooge McDuck, but for the most part, people don't value money just to value money. People use money. They use it to buy what they value, which are goods. And so, when you have something like an income tax, all that means is that the government has a higher claim to your money than you do, which you've spent your time and energy trying to accumulate. You're not trying to accumulate goods. This isn't a barter economy. This is a market economy where we have indirect exchange using money. So people spend their time and energy trying to accumulate money in order to use that money to buy the goods that they desire. And when the government takes that means that the government has a higher claim to it. You can't defend it. What happens if you try to defend it? What happens if you don't pay your taxes? You get threatened by the cops at gunpoint saying, "We're going to arrest you." And this is the IRS. Once you drop this illusion that the government is an institution of sacrosanct, of indifferent people, of not having their own personal interests and desires, that they're good people, we're taught to regard, and this again goes back to public brainwashing. Public education, which is that these people are heroes who work in the government, as well as the arms of enforcement of the government, namely the police and so on. That these are good people. They're helping, trying to make the world a better place. But once you drop this illusion that markets don't fail, people fail. A market by its nature is connecting consumers with producers. So that doesn't fail. It's a contradiction in terms to say that markets fail. Markets don't fail. People fail. And when you have people believe that we need the government, then that's how you psychologically justify taxation. Because without the government, who will build the roads? Roads have been privatized. The first roads were created by private companies prior to the government. And there's that saying, the only two things inevitable in life are death and taxes. And that's wrong. Wrong, because the only thing inevitable in life is death. Taxation is here today and it was here yesterday, but in the future it's not going to be around, because the state is an evil institution. It produces no goods of values. It produces bads. And the people who are politicians live off taxation. They don't pay taxes. There's literally the elitist group. There is a Marx wasn't wrong about everything. And he missed the point on this, that there is classes in society. There's the subjects, the plebs, and then there's the elites. And the elites are the people who don't pay taxes. Not only do they not pay taxes, they live off taxation. And that is the political bureaucrats. And these people are interested, just like everyone else, to, achieve a higher satisfied state of life. And how do they make their money? By just gaining more tax revenue or printing more. These people wouldn't survive on a market. They need the enforcement of the state to carry out their bidding. And it's not until we get to a free society that we can really accurately compare the nature of the state to the true productivity of the market environment in the entrepreneurial type society. Thank you.